Hello, my friends. I'm Sebastian Andrew, and this is Story Time. If you hear a low rumble, they're taking a building down at the end of my street, and I didn't know this. But I intend to create this video regardless, and we'll see how well it turns out. Last Friday, when I made the Lilith video, I was apparently hijacked in the middle of the story. I knew the story had changed. It didn't come out the way I intended. But a friend of mine who watches the videos noticed the change, noticed the switch in personalities. And Andrew and Abby and I had a little conference. Yes, there's more than one of me in here. We had a little conference, and we decided that we would make it so it would be harder for someone to change the channel. So here we have my revenues. And if any of you are old enough to remember televisions way back when, oh, it's messing with my horns, and you remember the rabbit ear antennas, and you remember the aluminum foil, and you remember the parents going, "Go and move the antenna." Well, we're going to try the same thing. So we've got the antennas, and we'll see if we can stay on channel. But today's talk, aside from having fun, is about having fun. Yes, our world is imploding. There's enough crap going on that people who try to make fun of the world are finding it hard to talk about things. I think the antenna is messing with my head. So it's sometimes difficult to find humor in the events of the world. But there have been people in the past who have found a way to use their humor or their ability to impart humor to continue to make the world a little less sufferable. There was a jester, and I know I'm going to mangle this man's name. We're going to try it anyway. Triboulet. He was a jester in the French monarchy under Francis I, and he raised his monarch's ire by slapping him in the butt. And the king said, "Well, you can redeem yourself if you can come up with an excuse that makes me laugh instead of makes me want to kill you." And Triboulet said, "Oh, I'm sorry, Your Majesty, I mistook you for the Queen." Well, that didn't get the reaction he wanted. He ended up in prison. When the king called him before him for the execution, he said, "How do you want to die?" And Triboulet said, "I wish to die of old age." And Francis said, "Then you shall have your wish." And rather than executing him, he threw him out of the kingdom. And he lived to be a ripe old age and apparently died in his sleep at some point. We are always going to raise somebody's ire with our attempts at humor. But we still need to smile as best we can in this world. I have no control over the things that go on outside my doors. I have control here and here, and sometimes up here. Find a way to smile. Find something to enjoy, even if it's an old man wearing aluminum bunny ears on his head. There's always a reason to smile. I'm Sebastian Andrew and Abby, and this is Storytime.